Good afternoon, it's Jamie here at Lardham's, and today I'd like you to join me in a handover demonstration video of the Malibu 640. We're going to concentrate to start with on the driver's side. To start with, I'd like to show you where the wastewater releases. So this is anything from the sink and the shower. You would literally just grab and turn down, and as you can see, that is releasing the wastewater. There will be designated places on campsites where you're allowed to do that. Moving to the corner of the Malibu, we have got the water fill up. You will notice there is a key there. So your habitation key, unlock, fill up with water. Once you've got enough water in the vehicle, you can just put the cap back on, lock up for safety. And then lastly, as you can see, we have the awning. So you literally just connect in and twist anti-clockwise. I usually get it out to about there, and then you will notice that there is some legs that are built into the handle. These are sometimes a little bit fiddly to get out. We're now under the awning. One thing to point out as well is always have the habitation door closed when rolling out the awning. The legs are spring loaded, so push away from you. I always as well just advise to keep your hand over as you are coming round the camper van. Twist down. There's a little black lever there which you push up, fold down, get the leg into position where you want it, and then push the black lever all the way down. That locks it into place. Obviously you can choose the distance and the height. So working the opposite way now again, lift the black lever up, the clip goes all the way up, black lever back down over the clip, and again from the bottom, pull up into place, gently fold up, make sure that the leg is twist around correctly as shown here, and hook back into the plastic lock there to make sure that it can't come out.
Now we're at the rear of the vehicle. Nice and easy on the Malibu. We've got the parking sensor at the bottom, reverse camera at the top. Now if that does get a bit blurry on your screen when you are reversing, all it will be is a bit of traffic film off the road. So if it's been a winter road and it's been a wet on there, you might have a bit of muck on the lens. Stand on the bumper, run your finger across it, and that will make it nice and clear again. But as we open up, this one has got keyless entry there, so if you've got a button there at the side and it does support keyless, your vehicle you've bought, press that with the key on you and it will unlock the vehicle so you can go handily inside without the need for the key. Now in the back here we have got your gas locker, and remember these have a seal around them. So these are the only ones you have to put pressure on the door when opening to make the buttons come out, because that seal there pushes it away from you. We've got the twin hoses in here, pigtails. If you want to put the second one on, you can. When you do connect your gas bottle, you are reverse thread on here, and when you unlock the gas to let the gas go through, press the primer button just there. You'll hear a little tss sound, and that lets you know the gas is active and going through to the van. Then you just need to feed it through. That's your vent for the heating above the gas locker there. We've also got a nice handy storage place for your awning handle, which Jamie used a few minutes ago. Your water, which is lockable on the other side, to actually drain it is just in here. So as we've moved the mattress here, you see a little cutout bit there. If we lift that up, I don't know if you can see in there, Nathan, the big red circle is for if you want to put some chemicals in there. We always advise cleaning out your tank every couple of months or even a month, whatever you feel like. You can just unscrew that, drop a chemical in there. But remember, if you do clean out your tank, flush it through a few times. The small black wheel just down here, now that one there, if you turn it 3/4 of a turn, you'll release all your water out by 20 litres. We call that your travelling water because it's safe to travel with that amount of water in your van. If you do want to fill it up though, this one will hold 100 litres of water, but for empty it completely, give it 2 full turns on that little black wheel and that'll empty the lot out of there. Now for winterization, you do need to drain all the water out your boiler when you've been using it. So to do that, we open up this little cupboard in the rear of the garage there, and just down the bottom there you can see a little black thing with a blue diamond on top of it. If we give that a 1/4 turn, that will drain all the water out your boiler. And just remember there is a little blue safety button on there as well. When it's in the lock position, that should be pressed in. So if the vehicle gets to 3 degrees or colder, it will automatically drop all the water for you. But just remember, once it's done that, you do need to close it back up again and press the little blue safety button back. Now on your rear doors, you've got this little black button here. If we press that, that will open the door further. But you just got to be careful because you've got your awning on one side and you don't want to do it more than 160 degrees or you can damage your vehicle. When you put it back, you'll hear a little click like that and that'll lock it into place. These are just your kickboards, so if you're in bed at night and you're asleep, you accidentally kick out, you don't damage your blinds, because obviously these are quite delicate if you put your foot through them. And if you pull these down again, you've got fly screen if you go on there, blackout blinds on the bottom one. Same on both sides. And just in here under the van, we've got your carbon monoxide and your smoke alarms, one on each side.
Now we're on the passenger side of the van. Got a couple of things to note here. So we've got the boiler vent. Now please be aware, it does say there hot. So it is quite a hot area there. So just be careful around that. You've got your electric hookup point. So just on here is where you put your mains hookup into there. Then we've also got the toilet cassette down here. So you can lock this on your habitation key, but 2 fingers in those buttons there will unlock it and allow you to get access to the toilet. On your cassette toilet, so we just pop the orange lever up there, pull the toilet out, and then you've got your drain off here. So you unscrew that cap there. You take the top slider out there. You can twist open the slider there, pop your chemical inside the toilet there to keep it nice and clean, and you can lock it off there as well. So when you do drain the toilet out, you just need to make sure that you vent it with the button on the end there. So that will swirl it around and like a vacuum effect through the toilet for draining off. So we'll just store this back away, push it in, click it into place, and lock your cassette toilet again there. And then as you can see, there's not too much else to show you apart from the fuel and AdBlue in here. So obviously it's your main key on there to unlock, and then we've got the AdBlue just there. So obviously never let your vehicle run out of AdBlue, otherwise you'll be in limbo.
So as you enter the Malibu, we have got, as you can see, your first switch is for the electric step. You've got your light switches for entering the Malibu. You have also got a 3-pin plug because this table actually flips up as well if you want to cook something near the door. You've got the bar here to which the dinette table will clip on as well. So again, just extends the area outside for nice weather. And then talking about nice weather as well, we have got the fly screen that comes all the way across, so you can still enjoy the nice weather with the habitation door open as well. So we're now looking at the Malibu control panel. You've got your main on-off switch, you've got your audio control so you can play the music through the van. You can there as well, just indicates to show that we are hooked up and we're powering the vehicle itself. You can as well check on your battery levels and as well the wastewater, so you can check how much waste you've got, how much fresh you've got when you come to filling the van up, and also when you're on your holiday and check on your waste. Moving on to the Truma controls, we're going to now set the central heating. The display for the motorhome indicates the heating. So for instance, if we wanted to put it on to 22 degrees, we're hooked up. So we would select either electric 1 or electric 2. You would then go to the fan mode and select either eco or high on that one. The plug socket also as well indicates that we're hooked up. The same applies for the water. So again, we turn it on to hot, eco or boost. So for purpose of the illustration, we'll go to hot. We've selected electric 2, and then the hot water will warm up on electric 2. Focusing on the hot water and the heating again, if we were for instance off grid opposed to on campsite and hooked up, let's say we're going to set it to 24 degrees now. So instead of having it on electric 1 or electric 2, which of course is 1 kilowatt or 2 kilowatt, we would go to gas because we're off grid, and then we would be powering the motorhome heating on gas. The same would apply as well on the hot water, whichever selection you decide to go for. Boost, for argument's sake, you would be powering that on gas and not electric.
So in the bathroom now, so just where I left off before with the toilet cassette, the toilet does tuck away in the Malibu to give you a lot more showering space. So if you do need the toilet out, what you do is you grab the lever just on the top here, you twist that away from you, and you simply pull the toilet towards you until you hear a click. Once it's in place, twist the toilet round and move it into a position. Handily, they have put instructions for you on the top just to remind you of how to do that. And when you're ready to actually use the toilet itself, there is the grey lever just underneath that opens and closes the toilet there for you. But because the Malibus are so well built and they really think of everything, in your kitchen area, so obviously to extend the worktop space, you can cover the sink up, or if you turn it round, you actually have a chopping board as well. So you can use that if you need. Obviously you've got your cooker on here, so you've got 2-burner hob, you've got your igniter and your temperature gauges there to alter your flame. You've got 3 nice large storage drawers here, as you can see, and they've all got the soft close function as well. Let me just lock them into place. Just down here underneath the bench seat there, you've got 2 things. You've got a bin on the side there, which not every van comes with, and you've got a really big storage drawer as well, just there. Underneath the floor as well, if you just flick up your 2 pins like that, you can lift it up, and it's a great storage locker there for shoes and bits like that. Really handy underneath, and then just lock that into place again. Just above me we've got the skylight, so to work your skylight you flick your finger out there and that will undo the winder for you. And then once you've undone your winder, you just simply turn it out and it will lock and stay in place. When you've finished, wind it back up, get it into the right position, and then once you're in the right place, it will lock up and go away from there. Now Jamie and myself will now do the extra bed demonstration just in the front here.
So we're now going to do the second bed makeup demonstration. As you can see, I've already taken the extender pole from below, and you can see the table usually sits on the bracket there, as we discussed earlier. You've got one outside, you've got one down below, so you twist the passenger seat fully around, get it to the right angle, table in place. The first bit that comes out is this section of the chair. Nathan and myself are now going to take the cushions out and put the relevant cushions in place.
Just to note, they are on Velcro on the back there, so you're not going to rip it, just be careful and take them off the tack points there.
So the first stage is we're taking the base of the seat out, and you will see that there is a metal bar there. This bit then goes forward facing in there. You just twist up ever so slightly, fit flush into place. You have got, as Nathan mentioned, the Velcro pieces, so you just need to be careful on that. So the first section's in there. It then sort of slots in like a jigsaw with the second piece. You've got the small infill piece there, which slots in just at the back. So then you've got a full, secure and steady base. And then the third section is the mattress that folds out into 3 separate pieces. Again, you will see a cutout there, which goes into where the seatbelt headrest is there. And then you would lie across that way for the full length of the bed.
So now looking at the fridge, and then we'll work our way through the bedroom area. So the fridge is all compressor fridge, so that's mainly on your hookup and your plug-in. So it's all run off electric. So to turn the fridge on, we just hold the power button down there. And now the fridge is waking up, and you'll hear it start kicking in. Once the fridge kicks in, you can adjust the temperature of the fridge by just selecting the different modes and the temperatures on the fridge, and you can adjust that. There is also the nighttime mode that you can engage, which will make it run a lot quieter and not use as much power as well. So when we're done with the fridge there, you can just turn that off by holding the finger down on that button there. So just here we've got the wardrobe. So this is all separate on the Malibu, so it's all on a hydraulic. So you lift that section up there, got your wardrobe space just there, but you can also access it by opening that cupboard there. We'll just lock it in there for now. Just put that down. And on this side, we've got a couple of things. So just in that little section just there, you'll notice the fuses. Now those fuses, if you notice anything in the van power down, you know to just jump straight into that box there and just power those back up. And lastly, we'll just point out the main fuses for the van. So just underneath here, if we just unclip that there, you've got your main fuses there. So if any of those blow, you know, straight under the passenger seat, you can change them.